For Messi, it was like, of course I want to retire at Barca. Of course I want to be at Barca for all time, but I got screwed over by your boy Bartomeu. So PSG was just the next best thing because I still need to provide for my family. I still need to get that freaking check. You can't manufacture the hunger. You can't manufacture the desire. These are things that are organic and are natural. I don't see, apart from money, which I think that Messi already has, I don't see any reason why Messi should extend his contract. Now, someone told me this, and I'm shout out to whoever it was. I'm sorry, I can't remember who you are. They said that apparently, like in PSG's next game, the PSG fans, ultra fans, are going to boo Messi because there is a story circulating that he wants crazy, mad demands to extend his contract, which is obviously out this summer. And there are also rumors that he's trying to plan a $600 million deal to Al-Hilal. His what was it called? His father, George Messi, has said, look, that's all lies. It's all fake news. It's all BS. And for me, now, you say, okay, why should you believe blah, blah? I ain't believing some crap on the internet. Because, like, I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I know I use the internet for some info and so forth. I'm not running to the internet to be like, oh, that's true. So for me, I don't know what's true. So I would more likely say that, okay, it's probably fake news. Maybe it's real. But if I had to choose, do you believe or do you not believe? I don't believe. He's looking for a $600 million thing. And I don't believe that he's doing a stick up on PSG. But that's not the point here. The point here is this. And I said this beforehand. And now it has not happened after the fact. Which is, this isn't a real football club. It is a holiday camp. And I see no reason, absolutely no reason at all, why PSG should persist in this project. That's my thing. I see no reason whatsoever why they should persist in this project because here's the thing. Let's keep it a stack. Like let's keep it all the way a stack here. Next year, what's going to change? Next year, what's going to be different? Because how many years have you said, oh, no, we're building a team, we're going to build a team, we're going to build a project. Because you have to understand that, look, Messi came here for 2 reasons. Money, which is fair because the club game is a mercenary game, so that's fair. Everyone most money because the club game. And also, let me see whether I can actually help these guys get their first dub. Let me see whether I can help the guys get their first dub. Similar to what Cristiano did for Juve. Cristiano moved to Juve because of money, yes. Let me see whether I can bring back the UCL to Juve, something they never won since 1996. So Messi, let me see whether I can bring back the UCL to PSG, something that they've never achieved. And it's a bat that Messi can use to keep beating them on, which is that well, with the only French club that has won the freaking Champions League. But I see no positives in Messi pursuing and continuing at PSG because you have to understand this. You have to understand where the stuff's are right now. Messi is coming to the end of his career. You know, he's done what Desailly did, what Zidane did, what Iniesta did, what Xavi did, which is, no, you've completed football. You know, just as Xavi did, just as Iniesta did, just as Desailly did, you know, you've got all the rings. So right now, mid-30s, approaching your late 30s right now, you're winding down. And hunger is a very key thing. See, I've just been watching the Rocky films. And if you watch the Rocky films, Rocky 3, when he fights Clubber Lang, and Mickey says to Rocky, "It's gonna knock you down, I'm gonna rock." Because Mickey says to Rocky that Clubber Lang is what you were before, because Clubber Lang has that hunger, and that hunger breeds a desire, and that desire keeps you sharp. Like Messi there was a desire for him to win that Copa America. There was a desire for him to win that World Cup for Argentina. There was a desire for him to try to succeed with Barcelona because he was a Barca boy. He was Barca through and through. So every time he went into the UCL for Barca and put on that jersey, there was a desire because, no, Barca is part of me. At his stage in his career, winning all these UCLs, the World Cup and Copa America, PSG is a paycheck. Of course he wants to play. Like, of course he's a professional. Of course you want to play well, you want to achieve and so forth. But you can't manufacture the hunger. You can't manufacture the desire. These are things that are organic and are natural. You know, there is 1000% a desire for Mbappe to be France's son, you know, the freaking teenage superstar and so forth, the second teenager in history to win a freaking World Cup, a guy who in the second World Cup, the World Cup Golden Trophy, drops a three-piece in the World Cup final, a guy at 17 years old. So for Mbappe, there is a desire to be like, oh my gosh, this is a massive thing to have. I've never won the UCL, but to win my first UCL with PSG and give them their first UCL, there's that desire there. For Neymar, there is a desire because this is why you were brought here. And that UCL you have is shared with Messi and Jose. You know, it really isn't your UCL in the same way that's UCL in 06, that's Dino's UCL. Like people say, no, Dino led Barca to that UCL. Neymar didn't lead MSN to it was a group effort, spearheaded by that three-headed monster known as MSN. So for Neymar, there is a desire to be like, oh no, I can do what Dino did in 06. I can lead this guy's African UCL dub, being the most expensive player of all time. But for Messi, what is the desire? Remember, he didn't willingly join PSG. He didn't say, no, I want to go to PSG and so forth. Mbappe moved to PSG because this is Paris' team. I am friends. I'm the prince of France. Neymar pushed for the move to freaking PSG. For Messi, it was like, of course I want to retire at Barca. Of course I want to be at Barca for all time, but I got screwed over by your boy Bartomeu. So PSG was just the next best thing because I still need to provide for my family. I still need to get that freaking check. So you have to understand the circumstances that Mbappe joined PSG, the circumstances that Neymar joined PSG, and the circumstances that Messi joined PSG. They are very different circumstances. So when just the way in which PSG just limped out of that competition, the way in which Messi and Mbappe ghosted in that second leg, I'm like, the writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. So because for me, the reading that Messi's like, okay, I want to now see what project that PSG have. What freaking projects? What are they going to show you? All they're going to show are just lies. They ain't going to show you nothing, bro. If I'm advising Messi, MLS, cash out. Miami, Spanish speaking, great weather, the marketability of America, loads of fans you have in America. Go to the MLS. You see, for me, Saudi Arabia, I'm like, okay, I suppose, you know, because of course you're going to get paid ridiculous amounts and everything, you know, and maybe Cristiano would be pissed off if you get paid more than him and everything. But my advice would be MLS. I just think that's a market and so forth, and what he would do in the MLS and how he would help promote the game in America would be huge. Specifically, like, especially when we're thinking about 2026. If I'm MLS, I'm doing everything in my power to try to coax Messi into join the MLS. And just try to say, bro, whatever you want, whatever you freaking want. Because Messi in the MLS leading up to the 2026 World Cup would be a great prepper for the World Cup to pop off in terms of just expanding the game and really building, because the interest will be huge, but just further building interest of the game and so forth. Messi in the MLS, it would make so much freaking sense. So, but for me, Messi, bro, move on. There's no point. Just move on. There's really no point. You might as well just freaking move on, you know. Because PSG are just a club I cannot take seriously, you know. And here's the thing, the last thing that I'll say though, I think people are like, PSG is bigger than any one player and so forth. You can't stick us up. And some guys said, oh no, Messi is bigger than PSG. If you're a PSG fan and so forth, the club comes before. For me, I'm old school. This is how football works, and it's so beautiful what Perez did with Real Madrid and Ronaldo. The club should always come before. It doesn't matter how amazing you are. Football rules all. Football is bigger than any one player. Any one player. So if it comes to a case, and I don't think this is true, but if it's a case where Messi says, oh, no, give me this or I won't go, and it's a crazy amount. If I'm a PSG fan, I'm like, no, we're not paying you that. Okay, let's go. And here's the thing. PSG will be the best for it. The best thing for PSG, the best thing for PSG is, let's go of Messi. Let's go of Neymar. And build an actual proper team with Mbappe spearheading it. Mbappe as a spearhead and actually build a freaking team. Forget all these superstars, all the prima donnas and so forth, and trying to sell jerseys and so forth. Actually be a football club. Actually be a team, and be a team, because with Neymar and Messi, you're just relying on the names. You're relying on those big names. Let Messi and Neymar go. Mbappe is the future. Get an actual striker. Get an actual midfielder. I love him. He's my guy. I still think he's talented. Let Marco go. Let go of Marco, replace him with a far more effective midfielder, and actually build a team that can actually win, that is actually functional. Then maybe PSG can start to do something. But it's PSG. They ain't going to do that. They're going to give Messi that new deal. They're going to give Neymar that new deal. And they're going to carry on this crap again and again and again, because they only care about selling jerseys, man. They're a freaking fashion brand.